what changes to the traditional four-year college model would you like to eventually see?
Yeah, well, the changes I would do are actually very similar to what we've done at the lab school. When people get together on a campus, the most powerful thing that happens is the interaction between folks, and not just the students, but also the interaction between them and the faculty, et cetera. And so if I was running a university and I kind of had carte blanche to do whatever I want, first of all, I would always say, how do I maximize the interaction between the maximum number of students possible? So for me, there's some low-hanging fruit there. The 300-person lecture hall, I would get rid of that. I wouldn't get rid of the hall. I would definitely get rid of the lectures, because in this day and age, one person lecturing 300, that can happen in short, bite-sized videos. Instead, I would have those 300 people get together, work on projects together, go into breakouts. It could still be facilitated by one or a handful of professors or a team of TAs, but it's all about human-to-human interaction. The second thing I would do, instead of just making it kind of a collection of classes that you just have to go through and get letter grades, and if you get a high enough GPA, Google might want to recruit you, and et cetera. I would make it, especially for some of the elite colleges, where frankly, when the kids show up, they already know a lot of this material content wise. I would actually make it much more kind of portfolio based. So it's really 4 years of creating and doing. And the faculty, your peers, the graduate students, they're all there to help you create and do. And then at the end of those 4 years, yes, there could be some artifacts, some assessments that you could take to employers to say, yes, I know how to, I have core analytical skills. I can write well. I can, I might have some specific skills around accounting or coding or whatever else, but here's all of the stuff that I created. And here's what people actually had to say about my work. Another thing I would think about is a lot more integration between kind of doing stuff in the real world and doing stuff on campus. So I would view the campus as really just my home base, my home community. And I think virtual learning has allowed us to expand that community to anywhere in the world. So, kids could travel around, still stay in touch with their studies, but get a lot of experience, doing whatever is meaningful to them. And then the last thing, and this is probably the most kind of pragmatic aspect of it, I would dramatically up the transparency between different paths that you might choose while you're on college and the outcomes of those paths. I think sometimes when you go to college, I remember when I was a freshman, it almost felt dirty to ask, well, how much do you get paid by this major? Or if I majored in Y, what does the job placement look like? Or are people 5 years out? How are they? It was almost, it's gauche to ask that type of questions. But we know that that's super, super important because, no matter how much you learn or learn how to learn, as we all hope in college, if in 3 years out of college, you're underemployed, you're strapped with a bunch of debt, you're not going to be able to be a completely kind of empowered human being. So that's, and then I would question even the time and space notion. Does it have to be 4 years? Clearly someone decided 4 years, let's just fill it up, whether you're going to be an art history major or a computer science major. So it was really the time that folks indexed on versus the competency and the experiences.